AIUNCA takes off with the potential of 500 universities media. Between 2020 and 2025, 73 studies in Spanish and Portuguese analyzed how false narratives about climate change spread in Latin America and Spain. The study, conducted in Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil, reveals a phenomenon that not only distorts data but also weakens democracy, fragments public debate, and hinders climate action. As denialist discourse grew, so did academic interest. In 2020, only 5 studies were published. 3 years later, the number exceeded 20. The peak in publications coincided with the rise of disinformation campaigns on social media and the intensification of extreme weather events. Digital platforms have become the primary arena for climate disinformation. Conspiracy theories dominate YouTube. Greenwashing campaigns linked to agribusiness are prevalent on Facebook and Instagram. And false content goes viral in seconds on TikTok and WhatsApp. At the same time, youth movements are growing, using these same networks as spaces for action and defense of the planet. The most frequently discussed topics were climate change denial, social media, the political far right, and greenwashing. The latter is becoming established as a communication strategy that seeks to project an environmentally responsible image without changing the extractive practices that contradict it. Brazil and Spain lead in scientific production on climate disinformation, followed by Argentina, Colombia, Chile, Portugal, and Mexico. Most of the research comes from public universities and interdisciplinary teams dedicated to studying the relationship between communication, politics, and climate change. Content and discourse analysis predominate, along with case studies and digital approaches such as natural language processing. This research seeks to understand not only false messages, but also their production and circulation logics. The report identifies politicians, traditional media, influencers, and agribusiness corporations as key players. Cases like that of Jair Bolsonaro illustrate how climate disinformation can become a tool of political and economic power. Faced with the rise of misinformation, environmental education and communication emerges as a key response. Because disinformation also contaminates, it erodes trust, weakens dialogue, and limits collective action. Combating it involves